Prince carefully scanned his surroundings, making sure no one was paying attention to him. Meanwhile, Abyss stood nearby, watching him with quiet curiosity, clearly wondering what he was up to. Just then, a loud voice cut through the noise, catching Abyss's full attention. "Kill each other? What a joke!" a woman shouted furiously, her voice shaking with rage. "Who would kill another person just for money? Are you all crazy?" She marched toward the heavy metal door and pounded on it with her fists. "Open this door, I'm not playing this stupid game anymore. Let me out, you have no right to hold us here, do you hear me? Let us out." Bunny's cheerful tone dropped slightly, turning cold and sharp. "Oh my, it seems we have a disobedient darling here. And you know what? Naughty children must be punished." With a mechanical click, the door swung open. Several men in black suits and black bunny masks stepped inside. The woman's defiant expression instantly crumbled into pure terror as they grabbed her and dragged her out kicking and screaming. The heavy door slammed shut behind them. Moments later, everyone heard her shouting, begging to know what they were going to do to her, until her voice was abruptly cut off. A second later, the sharp, deafening sound of a gunshot echoed through the hall. "One person eliminated," Bunny announced brightly, as if nothing had happened. 99 survivors remaining, and 3 minutes have already passed." The crowd fell into a stunned, terrified silence. Everyone stood frozen, the reality of the situation finally sinking in. Only Abyss remained calm, watching the scene unfold without a flicker of emotion. Bunny continued, "You have 17 minutes left. If the number of people hasn't dropped to 50 by then, everyone here will die from poison gas. Let me give you a little hint. Darlings, Tilda, there are weapons hidden under the tables. First come, first served." She finished with a high-pitched laugh. A man wearing glasses looked around frantically, his mind racing. "Weapons? They have guns now. We clearly can't escape, and if we don't kill others, we get killed ourselves. I don't want to die. Not yet. I have no choice but to strike first." Before he could move, a heavy blow struck him from behind. He collapsed to the ground as a man holding a baseball bat stepped over his body, clicking his tongue in disdain. "If you couldn't even find the weapons after all this time, I guess this was your fate." The man wiped the blood off his bat and scanned the room, greed shining in his eyes. "That 10 billion prize is going to be mine." Suddenly, his gaze landed on Abyss, who was standing alone and seemingly defenseless in the chaos. A cruel smirk spread across his face. "You'll do," he muttered. He swung the bat high and charged at Abyss. "I'll send you straight back to your mother's womb." He believed firmly in the law of this world. Strength is everything, and the strong. Thought was violently interrupted. Before anyone could see how it happened, Abyss had punched him straight in the stomach. The force was unimaginable. It didn't just wound him. It created a gaping hole right through his body. The man with the bat stared blankly at the blood pouring out, his last thought being, God, he was flung backward, coughed up a mouthful of blood, and went still in an instant. Panic erupted all around. People screamed and scrambled away, desperate to get as far from Abyss as possible. Hidden inside a small, enclosed compartment he had found, Prince listened to the sounds of chaos and violence outside. "It sounds absolutely brutal out there," he thought, feeling a shiver run down his spine. "But fortunately, I was smart enough to find the real shortcut to victory." Prince had already discovered the weapons stashed under the tables early on. However, he quickly realized something important. For people with huge differences in physical strength, those weapons were just tools that could be turned against you. They weren't a safe haven. So instead, his eyes landed on a strange, ornate cabinet standing against the wall. It looked sturdy and solid. As he studied it, a detail caught his attention. Why doesn't this cabinet have a handle on the outside? He carefully pushed on the door, and it swung open easily. He realized then, the handle was built inside the cabinet door. A plan formed in his mind. In a fight to the death, no idiot would waste time opening a fancy cabinet like this. Everyone would be too busy fighting or looking for weapons. Besides, the handle is inside. Once I close myself in, there's nothing for anyone outside to grab or pull on. Human hands can't get a grip to force it open. As long as I stay quiet here, I'm completely safe. This is the true way to survive. Just as he finished reassuring himself, he heard heavy footsteps approaching the cabinet. Stay calm, he told himself, gripping the inner handle tight. I'm safe. They can't open this from outside. Suddenly, the entire metal wall of the cabinet crumpled inward like soft paper. Before Prince could even scream, he was pulled out roughly by the collar. He looked up and saw Abyss standing there, his clothes splattered with fresh blood. Prince's heart hammered against his ribs. I'm doomed, this is it. He's really going to kill me now. But to his shock, Abyss seemed to notice the sheer terror written all over Prince's face. Instead of hurting him, Abyss shoved him back into the cramped space of the cabinet. Then, with his bare hands, he bent and molded the crumpled metal sheet back over the opening, effectively hiding Prince from view again. Prince sat in the darkness, breathless and confused. What is going on?